All opinions expressed on this presentation are of the individuals themselves. This is for adults only and may contain discussions likely to offend. Bald Statements, starring Rob Lewis, Gary Redfern, and Will Atkins. Episode 19, Trumpity Wump.
Good evening.
It might not be evening, this goes out in the morning normally.
Yeah. Good morning. I can't find it.
Good day to you all.
Say hello.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello.
He's Will.
He's Bert.
And he sounds like a 70s porn star. Hello. Fucking cheesy
I'll
bastard.
say it. He's Gary.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean...
Oh, best buds now, you bought your breakfast.
Well, no, it's just what you do, isn't it? It's...
Yeah. Just play along.
I introduced you. He introduced me. So you should then introduce Gary, but he didn't.
Well, I feel bad about it.
This is Bald Statements.
Sorry, Gal.
Because 66% of us are bald.
Yeah.
The other one... been too busy
A
to
66.
look after his personal...
66.6%, I think you'll find.
Look. Bald state. Oh, you looks quite
There you go, look at that, yeah. It's doing
Brush
fuck all.
strokes.
No, don't you tilt my... Look,
Phil
look.
Collins.
No, our class. I don't mind if Phil Collins. I love the fucking drum thing.
Seen him lately?
Yeah, he's fucked.
Oh, didn't he not die or retire?
No, he's not dead. He did his last gig.
He's last gig.
Yeah, he's ill, isn't he? Is he ill?
Yeah,
I
he's
think-
he's in a wheelchair. He's pretty much close to death,
To
isn't
be
he?
honest, take away In the Air Tonight, most of his other songs weren't that great. That's the song he'll be known for, not even a song, really.
You
is it?
can't
It's
really
just a
hurry,
drum.
love.
Huh?
You can't hurry, love. You're
I'm
showing
not
your
hurrying.
true colours now, aren't you?
How do you mean? Oh, right, I see what you're doing here. Only Craven, go.
I can't dance either. No, we're not. Ernie Craven's already happened. That was in a previous. What did you think of Ernest Craven's documentaries? Eye-opening, and it kind of shows what can happen if you do your research. We're here this week to talk about
Donald Trump.
the 45th President of the United States of America.
By the way, Phil Collins has got a
Donald
spinal
Trump.
injury.
Is it?
Yeah.
Caused by...
Something.
Bad back.
Which occurred during a Genesis reunion tour that year of surgery in 2009 and 2000 to help dislocate vertebrae in his spine, resulting in nerve damage, left him more immobile.
Immobile.
That's what I said.
You said
Immobile.
Immobile, just
Oh,
saying.
immobile.
It's that autumnal weather outside, isn't it, causing you to mispronounce your words?
It's not.
Say Perilius again.
Perillius. Maximus Perillius.
So, Donald Trump, what do we reckon?
Fucking legend.
91 criminal charges brought against
He will
Donald
not go
Trump.
to prison.
Innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, what's your views on it? You said he
Can I quote you on that later?
Oh,
Right.
innocent until proven guilty. Is that what we're saying? Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. There's no trial by media. There's no trial by.
in the UK.
Well, I'm
it's
just
innocent
saying.
until proven guilty. In
We'll be
America,
talking about
they
Donald
don't.
Trump. So
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying we're still talking
So
about
let's just backpedal a little bit.
Yep.
So Donald
Yeah,
Trump, the 45th President of the United States of America, that
Bobby
beat
Snillock. That's
beat
quite
Hillary Clinton in the 2016 elections.
annihilated her.
He's a Republican and pretty much a cult leader. Unofficial, or maybe not a cult leader, but he is certainly
Influencer.
he's the figurehead of certain cults.
of misdoings.
Yes. There are certain... I'm not listening to what you say, I'm just nodding really.
Fucking hell, Rip.
No, he's right.
Thanks a lot.
He's right. Thanks for the breakfast, by the way, Gary.
yeah.
Gary bought me a breakfast.
Yeah, more than welcome.
Like when a
he's
kid
bought
goes,
me-
look, Dad,
he's
Dad,
bought
the
me two so
aeroplane
far.
is flying. You go, yeah.
He's bought me
yeah,
two
shut
breakfasts
up.
so far. Yes, misdoings, yeah. It's Trumpism, which is basically the Bible Belt, the rednecks, the MAGA lot. I should have brought my MAGA hat that I only bought as a prop. I'm no supporter of Trump. I've got a MAGA hat at home.
Well, I think we need to start back at the source, don't we?
What, his mum and dad?
The reason Donald Trump is...
What have you done to your
where he is
hat?
today-
It looks weird.
Gary decided to take it off and ruffle my feathers,
Oh, right,
with it, didn't he?
okay.
And then try
Feathers?
Ruffle your feathers?
He couldn't put it back properly. Anyway, I don't think Trump is, like you say, this whether it's a cult leader or even an ideology of Trump. The battle between Trump and Clinton was a battle of society's left against the right. Everything Hillary Clinton stood for to the left, and Donald Trump, everything was for the right. Now, a lot of people would not have agreed with all of Donald Trump's policies at the time. It was you can do your sex face all you want, but in general, a lot of people didn't. Even the right would not have chosen.
No, boy.
They would not have chosen Donald Trump. It was a big fuck you to politics and the way politics has been, especially the last 20, 30 years, the corruption in politics, the way the left has invoked the political spectrum, the same sort of way that the British National Party ended up with 2 seats in Parliament, the way that the Italian political parties are now run by the right wing, same as in Hungary, and the French Marine Le Pen almost came in. It's not because these people, such as Donald Trump...
Almost came in,
everyone
means you lost, didn't it, really, though?
A lot closer than a lot of the people ever expected would even come into a I'm not denying that.
Then finishes rather dull.
No, I'm not having this. If the Nazi Party in the next general election came runners-up in very marginal to the Tories, you'd still say, what the fuck, where did that come from, how did that happen? It was more of a protest vote.
This has got nothing to do with Trump.
It has, it's got everything to do with Trump.
Nothing at all.
It was a protest vote to get him in as president. That's where it began. That gave him the platform to then start to elaborate on his ideas.
So, just to sidetrack a little bit, you talk about Hillary Clinton being on the left.
Yes.
The United States is quite a far-right country. So what they consider
Depends
to
which way
be...
around the world you go, I suppose.
What they consider to be left-wing, by our standards, is quite centre. That their far left isn't anything like our far left.
No, I agree, but I've always said, and I've said this in previous episodes, America, for a developed country, their way of thinking is a little bit... Americans aren't... I know they have NASA. They're not the sharpest tools in the box, Americans.
So you're saying a country that's majoritively far right aren't the most intelligent?
Agreed.
Right.
Just because I may have right-wing views, but my right-wing views are based on experiences or my own personal views. A lot of Americans just a bit tend like sheep.
Which is why I said he's the face of a cult. The whole Trump... These people believe that Trump is the next Messiah.
Yeah.
He's the second coming of Jesus Christ. You find me anything where Trump quotes the Bible or anything like that. I don't even think Trump believes in God.
No, I don't.
Yet it's majority... Can't say that word today. It's the Christian community, the Bible Belt, the yeehaw, the rednecks.
Yeah.
It's them that are all... They vote because of God and their belief in God. They vote for Trump when he doesn't even reflect
it's because those Americans that do, and while there are a small percentage will actually try and look at it from have a political agenda to actually vote for Trump or both of it, most of them are thick as shit. When you see the videos of like, an interview with some fucking whatever his name is, Tom Hardy farmer bloke down in the south of Texas.
Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah, I want my fucking I mean, it's obviously the worst.
They got corners
Is he an immigrant? Of Devon?
But no,
Just don't do an accent because it throws people.
It doesn't throw people. It could be, you know what I mean. I can't do it in America.
No.
All right, mate.
That's fucking hell.
But they do. They have no intellect, ironically, around what they're saying. And the Bible Belt, I mean, come on now. I mean, even you are watching, religion's not a thing. You want to live in your deluded worlds where you believe in a God and all this sort of crap. Seriously, why would you trust people who have religious beliefs to become doctors, teachers, or anything like this? Because it's a load of Mickey Mouse. If you were about to have heart surgery or something like that and a doctor come in and said, oh, I'm going to have my fucking invisible friend help with this, go out the hospital. It's no different. Oh, I've got to go and pray. You're going to go and stick down on your knees, are you, mate, for fucking half an hour to go and say something in your head that you think some superior being that has the power to cure childhood cancer in a heartbeat is going to listen to and sort out for you? Fucking grow the fuck up. But there are a lot of them are like that.
We getting back to Trump or not?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
Do we think the war in the Ukraine would be at the stage it is now if Trump was president?
No, it'd be worse.
You reckon it'd be worse?
Yeah.
In why?
Because at the moment, Russia's main...
If Trump was still president, do you mean?
Yeah.
No, he hadn't been president.
No, if he was still president. No, if he was still president.
Right.
At the moment, the main sort of... Well, the two countries who have not...
Well, it's like an evil Knievel's going past.
Weren't my arse. two, I wouldn't call them supporters, but two sides on the side, arguably, of Russia, would be North Korea and China. Although China have come out and condemned some parts of the Ukraine war. Now, the thing with Trump, when he did go over to North Korea and his discussion with China, in all likelihood now, he would have antagonised one of the three. And only one of those three to really, really, really kick off, and they would have all been involved. And Trump didn't have the ability to get rid of all three. He did really well with North Korea, but as a threesome, I think it would have been game over. We'd be in World War III.
Do you have any feelings on that, Bert?
No, I've not really given it a lot of thought, to be fair.
Glad I'm here.
But Trump's just a piece of shit, really.
As a human being, yes.
Just looking at some of his quotes.
Go on, come out with one.
You've got to do a lot of editing if he carries on eating.
Yeah. Well, he's already said his wife's name today. Got to edit that out, even though he claims he's going to be the one editing out. We have the worst laws.
Yeah, because
He's saying that about America.
That's because he's going to get done by most of them.
Yeah.
Do we reckon he'll end up in prison?
You go to the hospital, you have a broken arm, you come out, you are a drug addict with this crap. Donald Trump, the 45th president. And nobody knows what a community college is.
I think, yeah, it's, as I said, it wasn't, people didn't vote, they didn't vote for him.
They voted for change.
They voted for change and a fuck you to the political spectrum. In a similar sort of way, Brexit.
So if you say that, how the fuck has Biden got in? Because it can't even walk up a set of stairs.
Same thing, they want to
I'll
change.
tell you, but all joking, I know we've said about Trump, Biden is the closest thing to a fix that you will ever find in American politics. Now, while I'm not saying the election was rigged or anything like that, or claiming all those
Well, it was,
conspiracy
but by
theories,
the other side.
okay, with it, they had to do whatever they did
They still
to
couldn't
ensure that Trump didn't get in. Now, Biden wouldn't be in charge of an old people's home if he wasn't in America.
He's got the
against Trump.
button to fucking loot. My dad's younger than him. We don't give him the controls to the telly.
Exactly this. You've seen he's done some recent interviews where he's just forgot his word. He's like, where either dementia's setting in or something. Biden.
It's better to forget your words than come out with some of the diarrhea that Trump comes out with, though.
Agreed. But Biden will, at the end of the day, he's
I
a
have
spokesman
the best words.
for it. A spokesman.
Nice
He's not the president.
belch.
Whatever the lame is behind him, he's something that is not Trump. The same way that Trump was something that wasn't current politics.
The establishment.
Exactly that. That's
Fucking
where we're at the
exactly
moment.
that.
Well, don't go
But Trump is possibly the worst thing to happen to America since 9/11.
Yes and no.
Mind you, George W. Jr. wasn't great, was he?
No, he was a prick as well.
I mean, they've all got faults, haven't they?
Well, I suppose, yeah.
But Trump is just a vile man. He's just revolting on so many levels.
So was Bill Clinton.
Different,
but still vile.
Yeah, just different levels.
George Bush killing millions of Iraqis needlessly. Vile.
I'm talking about their personality. Trump
Oh,
is just an awful person.
Well, I agree, but at least he's open with it. And when
Well,
I say
there is that,
no,
yeah.
I do mean a lot of these. When you hear,
Yeah, he's arrogant and he knows he's arrogant
Yeah,
and he
but-
plays on his arrogance.
yeah. When you see and hear a politician or something that's come out with some sleazy sort of thing, you don't instantly think, "Oh my god, I could not see that happening whatsoever." That is completely out of the blue. You think, "Oh, you're basically a shady fuck and you've covered it up." A lot of them, there's no transparency. Trump knows what he is, plays up to what he is, but he doesn't hide it like the others and the mainstream. And that's one of the reasons he got in again, because there's no transparency in politics. All the politicians are corrupt for their own pockets, and to be honest, most of them have no idea what the common man or woman is experiencing. They do not live in the same realms.
No.
And that is what I think with Donald Trump, as dickish as he is, people can relate a lot more to a dickhead muppet than they could someone who is pretending.
But he's nothing like them, and he would not entertain those people. Trump would would have no time for the American person because they're beneath him, because he's
I agree.
rich and wealthy
I
and
agree
powerful.
with that, but he's not going to pretend to in the same way that
He
normal
doesn't even
establishments.
pretend to believe in God.
When you hear governments go, we're here to work for the British people, we're here to do this. Do you believe a word they say? When you're voting for the Tories or the Labour Party, hypothetically, in this country, you don't think for what one's going to do you good, because you know they're both as corrupt as fuck. You go for the one where there might be one policy which might show one bit of benefit, but you're going for the lesser of the two evils. That's what the voting process
You
is
you
like.
normally vote for the one who is. Come back to me on that.
Yeah, the lesser of two evils.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
the
which
lesser
is
of the
which
two
is
evils,
how
Yeah.
Biden won.
yeah, exactly that. And
I don't think anyone's under any delusion that Biden didn't win, but Trump lost. I think that's the thing.
Exactly that, 100%. And I think that Donald Trump was... America needed a shake-up. And it got a shake-up. And to be fair, like I say, while we did some...
He's done so much damage.
He has done a lot of damage as
We
well.
did a show on abortions a while back, and that was all because of Trump stacking the Supreme Court
But
with
bear in mind-
conservative judges, which meant that they overturned Roe v. Wade, which is why they're even now pushing for a federal ban on abortions in the States, not just a state ban.
While I agree, I mean, women should have the right to do whatever they want to do in their own bodies. I believe people...
Next it'll be gay marriages, they're going to revoke and all that kind of stuff.
I can get on board with that.
course
I
you
don't
can.
think... I don't... No,
Because it doesn't affect you, so
No.
why would someone be allowed to do something that doesn't affect you?
I'm a traditionalist. Marriage is between man and woman. Should gays be able to have a ceremony to celebrate their love for each other and be called whatever they want to be
Don't
called?
call it a
Yeah.
marriage.
Don't call it a
Marriage is a man and a woman.
Thank you. That's my point.
They
I'm a
should have
traditionalist,
embrace themselves with a new word for that sort of thing
their
they want to do.
exact-
But then they
that.
get told, oh, you're coming up with your own fucking words for things.
Well, yeah, because a marriage is a man and a woman.
Yeah, that's my point. So I have no issues if a couple of gay people want to. Ironically, believe it or not, I've got a couple of gay
The
mates.
legal or formally recognised union of two people as partners in a personal relationship, historically and in some jurisdictions, specifically a union between a man and a woman. A combination of or mixture of elements. Her music is a marriage of funk, jazz and hip hop. So in some jurisdictions, a man and a woman.
That will have been recently amended because pretty much until I think any sort of gay marriage until the 60s was completely illegal everywhere.
But why do you have a problem with gay marriage?
I don't have a problem with gay
Or
marriage.
it being called marriage?
Because marriage is a traditional thing between a man and a woman and the family unit.
But why do you care?
So there are some elements of tradition I think are important. I think some cultures, it's important to keep some traditions, while I do believe that you should be able to evolve some traditions with stuff, and things can change.
But why do you care about this one?
Because of marriage. I've got married, we've all got to be married in the point, and marriage to me is an important thing that, a man and a woman are showing their love to each other, and it always has been in the past. And like I say, I'm not telling people who they can and can't love, don't bother me in the slightest. But I don't think they should call it a marriage.
But why?
For the same reason, I think if a woman gives birth to a baby boy and she said, you're not allowed to call it a baby boy because it hasn't identified itself yet, so you just call it baby. For a similar sort of premise with that, it's traditionally a boy, it may not end up...
You're not really in a position to gender babies, I think.
That's
At the
right.
moment.
You can fucking shut the fuck up. I tell you that, if it comes out a boy, it's a fucking boy. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to some stuff.
But you did misgender a baby.
How did I misgender
It
a
was
baby?
on Facebook.
No, that wasn't me. That was Gary that went into the customer's house. That was the one, you remember it come as a Facebook memory. You went in and you said...
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No,
Sorry.
no.
Right.
Oh, he's lovely. How old is he? She is 3 months.
I take that back. I thought it was...
Yeah, no.
So it was you that posted...
It was me, yeah.
Right.
Oh, as soon as he said it, I was
Got
all
it.
over it. Yeah, oh, this is
Right.
brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, I wouldn't... But yeah, no. I think some traditions have...
But why do
Basis of
you
society.
care about this one?
Because I'm married. As a
Right.
married person, I feel that I should have, if I've done something, a commitment with marriage and what my views of marriage are, whatever falls under that sort of marriage, yeah. would
But
matter
why
to
do
me.
you care about this? About gay people getting married and calling it a marriage?
No,
What is it that you're
doesn't-
offended by?
It doesn't offend me or irk me or make me fucked
But you don't
up.
want it to be called that.
No, in an ideal world, I think they should have another name. It doesn't offend
But
me.
why? Why should they have another name?
Because marriage to me is the traditional values of a man and
But
woman.
why are you so strongly...
I'm not strongly. I'm in the same position. I was agreeing. Don't you look smug? I'm agreeing with what you said. Yeah, no. You don't have to remind me of General Zod.
This
that
is
Superman
snowflake
too, you know.
behaviour. You're
This is
angry at
snowflake-
something, but you don't know why.
No, I'm not angry at all. As I said, I don't.
It doesn't affect you.
No, it
A
doesn't.
gay
affect me.
couple, male, female, whatever, it doesn't affect you.
marriage.
It doesn't affect your marriage.
Marriage is traditionally between a man and a woman. Always has.
What about tradition? Slavery was traditional.
Yeah, and as I said,
Can't get one of them for love or money.
The monarchy is traditional.
you
we
can
established
get
we don't like the monarchy.
Yeah. I know, but there are some traditions.
Traditions.
There are some traditions that hold values.
Right. So why do you think this should be one?
Can I get
that's what I'm
gays
asking
are
you.
different. They are different to a man and a woman who's married, yeah?
Yeah.
So as a man and a woman, marriage. Gays, lesbians or men, whatever, they're different. Because they like the same sex. So have a different name for it.
But why?
Because
Why do you care?
Because
No.
That's what I'm
Answer his
asking.
question. I like that. Fucking go on now. He said it brilliantly.
I did.
No one was. He actually said that better than I would
It's a
have done.
union of love.
Don't start trying to generalise it under one thing. No, it's not. It's a specific union of love. It always has been a man and a woman.
Biblically.
but
Why can't they be
But they have gay pride weeks. We don't have
month actually?
or whatever.
Pride
We don't
month.
have
Straight pride.
normal people.
Well, no, you have the rest of the year.
No, we don't have the rest. We don't have anything. We just
we-
go on with our lives.
You have
happily married.
because you're in a position where you haven't had to fight to have your love out in the open. You haven't had to defend why you want to marry someone. You haven't had to defend why you want to adopt
Of course
kids.
we have. Of course you have. There are men and women out there that have had to fight for their love.
Not in the same way. You haven't had to.
I did.
Well, fucking Romeo and Juliet. You haven't had the struggle and still get the struggle from people that can't accept that they want to get married, and even in this conversation you're against that happening. That's why they have pride to show, fuck you, this is us, we're here to stay.
Okay, why can't anyone should be able to get American citizenship then? Because if Americans can get American citizenship, and it's a tradition that only Americans can get American citizenship, I want American citizenship so I can go to America.
Christopher Hitchens got American citizenship.
I can't just go to America and get American citizenship.
Well, there's a process.
Well, yeah, a process, but I
But
can't.
you
just
can
go
do
and get
it. You can apply for it.
I can apply for it, but in all likelihood, unless I meet all the stringent criteria, I can't get it. So I can't go
Right.
to America. I'm
Too
done.
short.
I'm taller than you.
That's a question for the American administration.
Yeah.
But you can do it.
Get them on the line.
Christopher Hitchens did it. He became an American citizen. People do it. I think Paul McCartney did.
It doesn't offend me that gay people.
So
get
why do
married.
you care? Why?
Because as a married man, I believe that I like the tradition of marriage to be between a man and a woman. The tradition.
And what? You don't speak for everybody.
No, I speak
I know.
for me. That's why I said me.
So it shouldn't come down to opinion then. It should be a factual thing. Why can't gay couples marry? I understand they can't marry in a church because it's archaic, their religions and that kind of stuff. But did you hear that?
Squirrels.
But you have to take emotions out of it because it's subjective. Because there are a lot of straight married couples that would embrace a gay marriage.
I'd go. If a couple of my gay friends got married, I'd go to their wedding. And I wouldn't go going to...
You haven't been invited yet?
I don't think you'd be getting invited to many now.
I'm fine. I'm an easygoing sort of bloke, me. But it would genuinely... I'd just... Yeah, if someone said to me, what are your views on it? I would say...
I would like to know. I would like to know what a gay person's... They might want something different.
Well,
But they did have civil
Well, no one's
partnership.
forcing them to get married.
What happened to... No, a different name. What happened to civil partnership?
I don't know, and I wondered if a straight couple can have a civil partnership.
There are
If that's the
ways...
thing.
When my sister was going to marry a current
Fiancé?
husband now, I think they were actually looking initially at one point about not even having a wedding, but doing something along the lines of whether it was a civil partnership, basically, to recognise their love without the whole hullabaloo. Because the marriage itself, and like I say, when I'm a traditionalist, I'm not some big marriage advocate freak. I believe in the traditions because if you want to hire a car, it's 50 quid. You want to hire a wedding car, same amount of time, it's 500 quid. The amount of money that is wasted on weddings is a shambles as far as
Oh, I agree, but I don't know what that's got to do with a gay couple getting married.
I think, no, I'm just saying
I don't know
That's a
anything
different
got to do with
subject.
Trump, to be honest.
No, I was thinking it was way
we
off
sort
Trump.
of distorted, yeah. But yeah, so that's my views. Like I say, whether he sees and go, but he did do a couple of things. I mean, the way he dealt with a lot better than most would with the North Korean crisis. At the time when he got in North Korea, looked very much like they were getting very touchy feely on a few buttons that they shouldn't have been doing. And he not only did he
There's
just,
two ways of looking at that.
I know there is, but my way of looking at it, he even went over there. I can't remember. I'm sure he visited King Jong Un.
Yeah, I think he did go there.
He went there and actually confronted the situation. And everyone was initially like, "Fuck me, it's going to be World War III nuclear war." And no, do this. They come up to an agreement, which actually showed there is a level of Donald Trump. Because as much as he is a muppet,
Yeah, so-
as much as he's a muppet, he knows. You got to give the man enough credit for being able to put the position.
Right, so this is what I say. There's two ways of looking at spinning that. There's the way you're saying Trump did it. He achieved what no other president could achieve.
With that,
The meeting up with the president of North Korea.
and getting him to stand down.
Yeah. Then there's the other flip side of that, which is saying, why would the president of North Korea hold this man in such high regard that he listens to him?
There is one way of looking at it, but that could be the same.
What does he think about Trump?
Well, we'll never know what the conversation
That he
was.
respects Trump.
There was
like
nothing
that.
unless you're in his mind or.
Do you think he
behind
was
the
like,
walls.
Trump's a loony as well, so I might be able to get him on board?
I don't know.
Yeah, boy!
I missed it, but
Fucking on the camera!
Gonna be on the camera.
Yeah!
So
Never in doubt. Anyway,
what I'll do that time, I'll just cut to us.
Yeah.
you won't. You'll cut it out, edit it out.
Having an adult conversation.
Now, do you want to learn
He
how to
won't.
edit?
He'll edit it out and edit me throwing a big dildo in the air.
That's a fucking good idea.
And then go, yeah, gay marriage.
Well, I've got nothing wrong with gay marriage.
Yeah, and I'll splice his words together. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. But, yeah, no, I think, but there were some things that he did, obviously, the way he was towards women, and it was well documented, and the way he is as a person, I don't think he's very nice, but there's a...
I'm trying to fix an election.
There is an amount of intelligence there in the man to be able to put himself to the position that he put himself in the first place.
It was a bet, wasn't it?
It's better gone wrong, I think. Yeah.
No, didn't someone... He said...
Trump becoming president was always one of them things where a bunch of people got together and started a joke, and no one fought to stop it. It just
I
kept on escalating.
read or heard somewhere that they said Donald Trump said, I could do a better job of running this country than him. And someone said, go on then. And that was it. It went from there.
Yeah.
Like you
Donald
say.
Trump would never have got in any other year, but the time around the mid to 2010s, whatever it was.
2016 was the election.
Yeah, so around that sort of period, the same sort of time of Brexit and all this, people were getting so fed up with especially since social media started to make a more predominant part, where a lot more people showed interest in politics, and politics, they were harder to sort of glaze stuff over because the facts were almost at your fingertips. And I think that's why when you look at a lot of the big shock results from whether the Brexit, the referendum and things like that, the Italians and the French, Hungarians, Boris Johnson, there have been lots of things which have gone. It started for me, I think it was 2009 when the BNP got into the two houses of Parliament.
Yeah, we've been there before.
Yeah, but that is where I think that there was a period from about 2010 to about 2017 where people were so sick and tired of politics that you could have had Mickey Mouse go up against Hillary Clinton and Mickey Mouse would have won.
But Trump also, Obama couldn't stand anymore. So Trump wasn't going against.
They get 3 terms, don't they?
Two.
It's only 2, is it?
Yeah. So that's why Trump's going again. But Trump wasn't going against an existing president. And I'm pretty sure that I heard this on the line. Statistically, you're not very likely to beat an existing president.
Yeah, agreed. But this is,
Unless
ironically,
you're Joe Biden.
do you know where a lot of this started?
Or George W. Bush.
A lot of all this started,
Either of the Bushes.
X Factor.
Right, so that's bold statements.
No, I'll tell you now, X Factor, okay? Because that is
Look
where...
at the camera and tell these people, these
No
good
worries.
people...
Okay. The Donald Trump, Brexit and all this, it was given the edge by X Factor. Now, you guys can wait. With X Factor, there was a period of about 4 or 5 years where every X Factor winner would have the Christmas #1 single. And I think around 2009, 2010...
Is he going with it?
No.
That's true. I don't know whether
2009,
this is relevant.
2010, people, it was always going to be the same. Oh, X Factor won, they've always done it. And then they realised if everyone on the internet got together and there was enough people against it, that suddenly the X Factor winner was coming second, but not just second to anything. Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name Of, got to #1 one year when everyone got together and was like, I'm sick and tired of this, we're going to make a change because fuck this X Factor shit, always winning the #1 spot. And this started happening on a frequent basis where there were random songs
The sausage,
coming in.
wasn't it?
Oh yeah, but no, they're slightly separate because they're again though, they're like, I think they got 4 Christmas #1s in a row. But that was the first thing when the X Factor was coming in. Everyone was just used to X Factor #1. It was the first real time where social media could have a significant impact.
Every time you do that, I
Yeah.
want to put a piano chord.
Yeah, banging
In
on.
the
Yeah,
edit.
like the Goonies. But it was the first, I think, significant time with the X Factor where the majority of people would realise that them, through the internet, had the power to sway a vote. Whether that is something as mundane as Christmas number 1, which at the time, Simon Cowell was like, what the fuck, this is a joke, how is this happening, it's a fix, to things like this. And then from the next few years, people started to listen a bit more and be, oh, actually, our opinions here, if there's enough of us against something, it doesn't have to happen. And I don't think it's any freak that since that started to happen, more and more votes that happen, you find it's the alternate win. Remember that even the crazy one, there was that boat that was going to be named.
Boaty
McBoatface won, rather than all the sensible ones named after Columbus and all this other one. Boaty McBoatface coming, and that was around the same time, I think, as the first X Factor ones. And people, I think, started to get, whether it was a fad or like, if we don't like something, we have the power to change it as a people ourselves. So yes, I think the X Factor did have a point in that, because there were 5 or 6 Christmas number 1s, and then when they got fucked off and they put Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, that was brilliant on Christmas Day.
It's just Killing in the Name.
Killing in the Name. All right, Killing in the Name. And they played like a 10-second clip for the Christmas number 1 on the radio. They were all embarrassed about it. But I think that was something which gave, especially the younger generation, power to be, we have the difference. We have the ability to make a difference here through social media. And it's no surprise that a lot of the votes and things that have happened where social media has either led bullshit.
Can you vote for a president on Facebook then, can you?
No, but you can get information about it to make an interest.
Disinformation.
This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard from Will.
No, it's not.
I don't know. It's up there in most
So
things.
Trump became president because of the X Factor.
No, not at all. No, that's not at all what I
Simon
said.
gave him the golden buzzer.
No, that's not what I said. I said when people saw, I don't think, if it was before the X Factor period, I think that Hillary Clinton would have just won. No, wouldn't even be discussing this. I don't even think Trump would have gone. But Trump was able to get such a large following because after there were some people who would, like you said, the idiots who would have genuinely wanted Donald Trump in.
But the X Factor was here.
Huh? I know the X Factor was here, but still, it's a global thing.
And the Christmas number 1 business was here.
But what do you think that wasn't seen across the globe when Rage Against the Machine?
No, but I don't think there was a bunch of rednecks in Utah voting on Trump.
No, what they're saying
because
you've completely missed my point.
I have. Because you made it very poorly.
My point, basically, with the X Factor, is it then gave people, because they could see how quickly the information on social media could spread to get a vote where you, as we said before, the sheep will follow the sheep, and suddenly, oh crikey, everyone will buy this Rage Against the Machine one to get them number 1. How easy it would be to feed some bullshit or to feed some truths or some undignified truths on social media that they would be followed by enough people which it would be able to sway a vote. If you had enough people in America believing, for example, that Hillary Clinton was hiding all these emails or was fucking Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty or some shit, there were going to be enough people who would buy it, who would actually go out there and vote. Where pre the X Factor and the whole thing winning there, I don't think that would have even come in. You'd have been, oh, no one's going to believe that at all. But that X Factor voting, where they got sick and tired, and then it showed the public, if everyone was on the same path and like, let's make sure this doesn't happen, they had the power of numbers to stop things happening or to influence votes and how easy it could spread. And I think that was one of the early stages. It was around 2009, 2010. Where you were able to see it. And then it was no surprise that once that took off, 5 years later, you're having all the votes sway, all the misinformation believed, and people, so yeah, it's not a crazy scenario at all.
Some people have told me, who watch this, that Will has got far too much time on his hands.
It's a thing, it's not a bullshit analogy. That there, at the time, like I said, it took 5 years for them to realise everyone was getting sick and tired. Oh, Christmas number 1's the X Factor, blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, well, fuck this. Let's change it ourselves. Let's do something about it ourselves rather than following the establishment. And they did. So, yeah.
Are you making a cigarette because that's the end of the episode? Because I don't know how to respond.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. No, I don't think you can.
I can't. No. I admit I cannot respond to that.
There is nothing crazy about it, and we'll continue this after the show because that is completely legit. After the show,
I
want to break from this because this is. I'm really regretting this now.
But yeah, Donald Trump.
Well, that was Donald Trump.
Sort of Donald Trump
and the X.
Yeah, Donald Trump and the X. Like I said, it's a completely. Yeah.
You are.
You can't argue.
So full of shit.
Well, go on. Give me one reason why what I've said was not true. What element of that was not true? What did I say? argue about
I
one
don't know
point.
what was true.
Well,
What
there
was
you
it?
go.
It was
So you can't.
We just dribble.
Yeah,
It
you
was
can't
talk
just
for
say
talk's sake.
It wasn't talking. It was completely valid points. You come back with one against one valid point.
He's heard someone in the pub say it.
Yeah.
Thought,
I don't go in
"Oh,
the pub.
that
I don't go in
makes-
the pub. I'm a home drinker.
That makes sense.
Moonshine.
Or he's heard it on one of his fucking stupid
Go on,
programs.
before we go and shoot one of my points down that I made with the X Factor.
I'm not going to lie, I did kind of switch off.
Yeah, I know, but because
Because
you when the
was-
truth happens, you're just like, yeah, I know. Don't you tell me the sky's blue. I know it's blue, Will. Well done. So I made quite a valid point there. I'm having it.
The sky only appears blue.
Why does it appear blue?
I can't remember now.
Go on, say it reflects off the sea.
No, it's reflections in the atmosphere, something like that.
Tune in next week for Gary to give you the answer.
But it isn't blue. There is no such thing as a sky. It's merely our name for
What colour's a mirror?
silver.
No.
That's made of silver.
No. Technically, a mirror is green. A mirror.
When you put a mirror on a mirror, you end up seeing green, don't you?
A mirror reflects, I think it's
Science.
99% of everything else back out. However, green, it absorbs, I think it's like, rather than 99.9%, it's 99.2%. And it absorbs part of the green. The only way you can actually see this is if you hold, as Gary said, hold a mirror to a mirror to a mirror there. The further down the tunnel you go, you'll see it will get greener and greener. A mirror is technically green, if you were going by what colour is green, because it absorbs green more than any other colour. There you go. Fact. Yes.
Finally.
Now that I can believe. Your other dog shit. I can,
No, it's not. You
Right.
can't just slate it without coming back on it.
Like I said, I switched off because it was not only dull but also made no sense.
Oh, perfect sense.
And wasn't relevant to Donald fucking Trump.
And I'll watch
it
it
was.
again when
Yeah.
I'm editing. When I'm editing.
Yeah.
I bought you breakfast. Do your fucking
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, you have twice
I
now.
bought you biscuits.
I bought these biscuits.
I offered to buy them.
You
turned
bought
it down.
these sweets that you've eaten.
I've had one.
I've had 3 of them. He's been sitting there munching them
I've
away.
had one. Well, it's all on camera how many everyone's had.
Oh, is it?
And that is the most intelligent thing that Will has brought to this discussion.
Right.
We'll see you next week where we're going to be talking about health and medicine. At least stay to the end of the show. Fuck's sake.
Thank you for watching. I hope you. Well, if you are still
talking
watching,
about
you've
health.
got more patience than
A doctor.
Bert, the editor.
Yeah, good thing is this is only single camera now, so I haven't got to edit too much.
That was a fucking blinding episode. There was nothing wrong with that.
Well, you tell us what you think, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, they would have probably go, no, it
In the
wouldn't make
comments.
sense. Don't just be a left-wing follower and go, oh, that's right, oh, Gary was saying something that's going to give you Gary. No, it makes a completely valid point. I'm happy with valid arguments. I've got no qualms if someone tells me I'm wrong if they're right.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bald Statement starred Rob Lewis, Gary Redfern, and Will Atkins. Recorded at Rob Lewis Music Services Studio in Ipswich, UK. This fantastic theme tune is Rumble by Mojo, edited and produced by Rob Lewis. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and listen again.